Just a brief review of our most recent and future activities on the summer of HPC. So this year, last year, 2016, the first tranche of students, we had 3 students. We find 3 students to be quite a good number because it helps us reduce our per student accommodation costs, because we can hire flats which take up to say 3 or 4 students. It's cheaper to do that. For 2 students, that's not so economic. And these are very interesting things. Anna and Marta worked on a smartphone task farm. That's where people can participate in doing a parallel computation here, doing a Julia set, but they do it on their mobile phone. So they check into a server. Their mobile phone becomes a worker, becomes a client, and they receive jobs and return them, and then the server, the master, will display the ongoing development of the picture, in this case the Julia set. And that's very much designed as an outreach application, something which you could have at a science festival to illustrate parallel computing, and it's interesting to do. Continuing the outreach theme, our next project was on weather forecasting. We have a long-standing collaboration with the UK Met Office, a code called Monk, which is used for cloud, to do with cloud formation, and this was taking that application, a real application for weather forecasting, and putting it on our Archie supercomputer, which is designed. It's a 64-core Raspberry Pi machine, which is portable and designed to be taken to science festivals again. So this is a way of doing visualizations, also specifically to outreach to the public. And the final one was Marta Kudova, who looked at parallelizing scientific Python applications. Now, that's a small example of a Python CFD code, that one of the things she looked at. The highlights: the students enjoyed their stay. That's Tomislav, I think it's Anna and Marta in that order, from left to right, up on I think the High Street in Edinburgh on a rather rainy day. Marta won the Summer of HPC Ambassador Award, which was very good. She was very outgoing, did a lot of blogging. I think she enjoyed her stay, and that's at the bottom. You see that animation is a picture of, she did an image reconstruction project. That's one of her Python codes she developed to look at its performance. So that was reconstructing the image there of her standing in front of a plane from some initial conditions, and she did some very nice visualizations of that. This year we're hoping to have 3 projects again carrying on the weather forecasting tool. We're taking that Monk cloud simulation forward to use it as a tool for education. The first 2016 project was more proof of concept. This is now going to take it as clearly it's workable, it's a useful application. We'll be using it for outreach activities. The second one is more of a pure data science visualization project. We have a lot of historical data on supercomputer usage, on what applications people run, when they run them, how long for, how big they are, all kinds of things. And it's really nice to take this. We have over a decade I think of data on this from running the UK National Supercomputer Services, and so we would we've done some initial analyses of these. My colleague Andy Turner has done that, but I think he's got a student here to look at doing things just to try and understand that data. Finally, we do a very interesting project which is to do with using mobile phones to track earthquakes. So basically you have motion detectors on your mobile phone. If you put your mobile phone and hang it on the wall, if there's an earthquake, it will vibrate and pick that up, and it can be beamed back. So it's sort of citizen science, citizens monitoring earthquakes. So you get a very, very large amount of data. And so is this data useful? And so this is a project, development and validation of real-time earthquake hazard models, to try and look at this kind of data you're getting real-time from people's mobile phones and small devices around the place, and see if it can be used to make useful predictions for what kind of damage is going to come from an earthquake. So hopefully 3 very interesting projects. Again, we don't envisage any problems. Projects have run very smoothly in the previous years. Anne Whiting from EPCC has coordinated it, so I think it should all be hopefully quite straightforward, and hopefully as successful as last year.